So what did you come here for? For reasons I can't explain, I need to take you to the future. But first I need you to do a commentary. Why? This time machine is powered by commentaries. Who makes a time machine run on commentaries? That's what I said when I first found this thing. Now you do that while I fetch something. Okay? I think I know the video to cover. So the YouTuber I'm going to cover is called Sonic Guru Productions, the Sonic YouTuber who's kinda just existed this entire time. One day he decided to make a video on how bad the Sonic fanbase is. How original. But not only that, he decided to also meet right Sega and defend their terrible business practices. That is the video I'm covering today. The video is called Sonic Fanboy Rants and Reactions, Sega-torial. I don't know why it's called a tutorial since it has nothing to do with tutorials. Also, I'm aware this video is old, but also that isn't an argument.
That is probably the most generic Sonic-themed intro of all time.
Over the years of being a Sonic fan, I can't help but feel disappointed. Not about the games, though they do have their issues.
You go on to complain about Sonic fans complaining about everything about the franchise, yet you start the video by making one of the most overused jabs at the franchise.
No, I'm talking about the fan community. With the recent outburst from fans regarding the reintroduction of Green Hill Zone and the way classic Sonic plays in Sonic Forces.
Because how dare the fanbase want something new, and how dare they want controls that meet the standard of a game from 1991.
I can't help but be reminded of the other times the rabid fanboys acted this very way over the past decade.
If they don't like some things about the franchise, then how are they fanboys?
Yes, unsurprisingly, this has happened before at every new installment. Let's go over some and what happened as a result.
Here we go!
That random gameplay clip was completely unnecessary.
If you want to talk about a great amount of hype being shattered by a single image, look no further than Sonic Unleashed. Now, I really like Unleashed. The story, the graphics, the gameplay, even the werehog was something unique, and compared to the other gimmicks that Sega tried up until this point, actually worked and was fun to play.
While it may or may not be good, does Sonic turn into a werewolf seem like the natural evolution of the franchise, or a sign of a company that knows what they're doing?
I remember first seeing the leaked gameplay trailer and being blown away by it. Sonic Rush in 3D with 2D sections? Hell yeah! Even non-fans were excited for this game. Then the teaser image surfaced.
What in chaos is this? Is that Sonic as a werewolf?
Are we really pulling out strawmans now?
It's a bunch of subjective BS from a few betrayed individuals that others try to force on the rest of the fanbase.
Are you going to show any examples of any of these people or how they're forcing anyone to do anything? Or are you just gonna keep pulling strawmen out?
But this is what happened. As soon as the werewolf was shown off, this damn cycle circulated the community. What's worse is that many fans and critics carried this closed-minded opinion over in their reviews and gave Sonic Unleashed an even lower score than Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, a game that is considered to be the worst Sonic game of all time.
Oh, how pure we were back then.
Single image, round 2. So Sonic and the Secret Rings wasn't a good game. In fact, it was an uncontrollable disappointment. I used to like it though. I bought it day one and played it to the end. How the hell did I complete this? Really? How? I tried playing it again recently and I can't stand the controls, and listening to the theme song every time on the menus drives me insane! So Sega announced there would be a sequel to Secret Rings, not a direct one, but a new installment in the now called Storybook series. We got our first glimpse on the cover of Nintendo Power and...
The fuck is this? Sonic with a sword. Really?
So we're pulling out straw women this time. But does Sonic in the story of the Arabian Nights or Sonic as a knight sound like something a company that knows what they're doing would make? Or is it a sign of a company just throwing stuff at the wall?
This is probably the most infamous tale of crying Sonic fanboys. Back in 2009, Sonic was picking himself back up from the Dark Age. Unleashed was a good step, Chronicles was different, Black Knight was okay, and we were just introduced to Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
Sonic fans are so beaten they think a motion control game with poor controls, a bad RPG with awful music, and just a kart racer means Sonic is suddenly back to being good just because they weren't the worst things ever.
Sega thought it was best to go back to basics and announced Project Needle Mouse.
You mean they were so greedy and lazy they decided to rename an unrelated mobile game and call it Sonic 4 and sell it for full price?
Settle. Every moment was a tease. It was going to be downloadable, it was going to be 2D, Sonic was the only playable character, and on February 2010 we got the official title and reveal trailer, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. I was hyped, but others... not so much. This was the start of what I call the Green Eye debacle, and the catalyst for all the hate modern Sonic gets. Elitists went full on insane on this trailer, ranting that it should be classic Sonic and not modern, complaining about the blatant use of Green Hill, comparing the frames of animation to the classic games.
Again, how dare fans want a game to live up to the standards of a game from 1991?
Even after the game leaked to the internet early and prompted Sega to delay the game and change certain levels, you know they still got the game. Because they're fans. And the reception was lukewarm at best. I guess they won in the end though, because after episode 2 was released, Sega decided to cancel the third and final episode. So congratulations, you selfish pricks.
Yes, they're selfish for wanting more than the bare minimum from Sega.
After the very successful Sonic Generations, there were those who thought that the boost to win formula was done and something new was needed to keep Sonic fresh. While I'll agree that the boost gameplay was refined as far as it could go, you should know by now that you can't please everyone, and these fans didn't know they would miss it as soon as it was gone. Sonic Lost World's controversial gameplay choice of giving Sonic a run button didn't go over so well, with those same fans begging for the boost back immediately.
Maybe they should have replaced it with something good.
Which they have in Forces, and look how well that's gone over. And when those fans compared Sonic's all but last game Sonic Colors to that of Super Mario Galaxy because it was set in space, the comparisons to Lost World were a lot more blatant. If you want a more in-depth look, you should check out my review. But the crying didn't stop there. After its release, fans noticed that grabbing 100 rings did not give you an extra life, and forced Sega to patch it in, along with less motion control for the Wisp.
They can't force Sega to do anything, and why are you trying to victimize a corporation? Also, how did Sega misunderstand their own mechanics so much? 100 rings not giving you an extra life makes getting more than one ring completely pointless.
If you thought everything before this was bad, then strap yourselves in for this. Sonic Boom came about as a desire to appeal to more Western territories, and would run parallel with the modern series of Sonic games by redesigning the cast and having a more comedic focus. With that came a whole new line of toys, Archie comic series, a TV show, and 2 new games for Nintendo systems. That was the official statement. Now over to the fan side of things.
What the frick are you guys doing?
Mayhem. Utter mayhem.
You do know Sammy was a troll, right?
Even before release, resident Sonic nutter Chris Chan, dressed as a woman, destroyed a Sonic Boom display at a GameStop and pepper sprayed an employee.
Remember when this was the worst thing he was known for?
That actually happened! Because of Rise of Lyric, a lot of fans do not care for anything Boom related, even when it's good. The show is successful. Now we come to the present, at time of writing, with fresh new tiers because of Sonic Forces. A CGI teaser and 3 gameplay trailers has some fans up in arms over the fact that the boost gameplay they wanted is back, classic Sonic is here and travelling through a sandy Green Hill zone.
Again, how dare they want something new?
Sega has taken notes on our wants and needs for the franchise in the past, and look at how well that went.
Literally, who wanted an awful Shadow game where he acts like a complete douche and has a gun?
I myself look forward to Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces.
So the video's pretty much over now. The last part of it is him just shamefully promoting another one of his videos that is now outdated. This video really is an example of how battered and beaten the Sonic fanbase is even now. The fact all it takes for the series to be considered good again is 2 good games that play it safe. The most mid to ever mid. And a 2-hour-long Shadow game with Sonic Generations corpse stapled to it. Really shows how much in ruins this fanbase is now. Yo, we're at the correct time now. Cool. What happened here? You caused this.